When a woman practices detachment, she begins by stepping into a realm where her worth is no longer defined by external validation, but by an unwavering sense of her intrinsic value. This shift in perspective is neither selfish nor aloof, but rather a reclaiming of her God-given identity. Too often, women are conditioned by societal expectations or relational dynamics to believe that their value depends on their ability to please, to conform, or to compromise endlessly. But true detachment dismantles this false narrative. It says, I am enough as I am, and I do not need to lose myself to earn another's approval. Detachment, then, is not a rejection of love or relationships. On the contrary, elevates them to their rightful place. When a woman is detached, she is not governed by desperation or fear. She does not cling to a man or a relationship out of anxiety that she will be left behind. Instead, she is anchored in the understanding that her worth is constant, unchanging, and divinely bestowed. This quiet confidence becomes magnetic, for it reflects a heart at peace with itself. In a world full of noise and insecurity, such a presence is both rare and irresistible. Consider the nature of detachment in light of God's design for humanity. We are created to love, to give, and to receive. However, when love is distorted by neediness or control, it ceases to reflect God's perfect love. Detachment allows a woman to love freely, not because she is grasping for something in return, but because her love is an outpouring of her fullness. A woman who is detached loves without losing herself. She gives without depleting her soul. This balance is not only healthy but profoundly attractive, for it creates a space where love can flourish without fear or manipulation. Furthermore, detachment speaks to a woman's priorities. She does not place her entire identity in the hands of another. Her life is not built around the need to be chosen or cherished by a man. Instead, she invests in her own growth, her passions, her faith, and her purpose. This self-assured focus communicates to a man that her value does not hinge on his attention. And here lies a paradox: the less she depends on his validation, the more he is drawn to her. For men, the allure of a woman who knows her worth is undeniable. She challenges him to rise, to pursue, and to treasure what is not easily claimed. Lastly, detachment does not mean indifference. It is a delicate balance of care without over-attachment, of love without losing oneself. A woman who is detached is fully present in her relationships, yet she holds them loosely. She understands that true connection cannot be forced or demanded, it must be freely given. This grace in holding space for another while remaining grounded in her own identity reflects the divine wisdom that God calls us to embody. In this, she becomes not just attractive but transformative, inspiring those around her to rise to greater heights of character and connection. A detached woman carries an aura of strength that sets her apart, a quiet confidence that makes her both compelling and mysterious. Her detachment is not an act of rebellion or coldness, but a reflection of her inner fortitude. She is not swayed by fleeting emotions, nor is she overly concerned with the opinions or expectations of others. Instead, she is anchored in her own identity, a foundation that allows her to move through life with purpose and grace. This kind of woman becomes a mystery, not because she is trying to confuse or manipulate, but because her strength creates a depth that naturally draws others to her. To understand the appeal of a detached woman, one must first consider the nature of strength itself. True strength is not about dominance or control. It is about resilience, self-awareness, and the ability to remain steady in the face of uncertainty. A detached woman embodies these qualities because she does not cling to what is transient or fragile. She recognizes that her value is not dependent on her relationship status, the attention she receives, or the approval of others. This independence is not a rejection of connection, but a commitment to authenticity. She does not pretend to be something she is not to gain acceptance. Her strength lies in her ability to remain true to herself, regardless of external pressures. This inner strength naturally creates a sense of mystery. Men are often drawn to what they cannot immediately understand or possess. A detached woman does not lay all her cards on the table, nor does she feel the need to overshare or seek validation. She knows who she is, and she does not rush to prove it to anyone. This quiet confidence makes her intriguing because it challenges the typical dynamics of human interaction. In a world where so many people seek instant gratification and constant reassurance, her detachment is a refreshing and rare quality. She invites curiosity, not by withholding affection, but by maintaining her boundaries and refusing to compromise her principles. Her mystery is not an act or a facade, it is the natural result of her strength. She does not feel the need to explain herself or seek approval, because her self-worth is rooted in something far deeper than external validation. This depth becomes an enigma, a puzzle that others, especially men, are drawn to unravel. She is not easily won over, nor does she feel compelled to chase after anyone. Her strength allows her to remain steady, even in the face of rejection or uncertainty. This steadiness is attractive because it communicates that she is not dependent on anyone else to complete her. Instead, she is whole, and her wholeness becomes a magnet for those who recognize its value. Moreover, a detached woman creates space for others to rise to her level. Her strength is not intimidating, it is inspiring. Men are naturally drawn to women who challenge them, not in a confrontational way, but in a manner that encourages growth and self-reflection. A detached woman does not demand respect or attention, she commands it simply by being herself. Her detachment signals that she is not easily swayed, that her affections and trust must be earned. This challenge is irresistible because it calls others to step up, to meet her where she is, rather than expecting her to lower her standards or compromise her values. It is important to note that her detachment is not a wall but a filter. She does not shut people out, rather she chooses carefully who she lets in. Her boundaries are firm yet compassionate. She is not afraid to walk away from situations or relationships that do not align with her purpose or values. This ability to walk away is a testament to her strength. It shows that she values herself enough to let go of what is not meant for her, even if it means facing loneliness or uncertainty. Ultimately, a detached woman is a paradox of strength and vulnerability. She is open to love and connection, but she does not seek it out of need or fear. She is willing to give, but only from a place of abundance. Her detachment allows her to maintain her individuality within a relationship, ensuring that her identity is never overshadowed or diminished. This balance of independence and openness makes her not only attractive, but also deeply admirable. She becomes a mystery, not because she is withholding, but because her strength creates a depth that cannot be easily understood or replicated. Men are compelled to unravel this mystery, not to conquer her, but to understand and appreciate the beauty of her strength. Detachment fosters emotional independence in a way that transforms relationships into spaces of mutual respect rather than dependency. Emotional independence is not about isolation or indifference. It is the ability to maintain one's sense of self and emotional stability without relying entirely on others to provide validation or happiness. This kind of independence is cultivated through detachment, a state of being where a person acknowledges their own value and refuses to allow their identity to be defined by external factors. When a woman embodies detachment, she becomes emotionally self-sufficient, creating a dynamic in her relationships that commands respect and fosters deeper, more authentic connections. At its core, detachment begins with the understanding that no one person is responsible for another's happiness. While relationships can bring joy, support, and companionship, they are not meant to serve as the sole foundation for emotional fulfillment. A detached woman recognizes this truth and, as a result, approaches relationships from a place of wholeness rather than need. Her emotional independence allows her to engage with others without placing the weight of her well-being on their shoulders. This creates a sense of freedom in her relationships, freedom for both herself and her partner to be authentic without the pressure of meeting unrealistic expectations. Emotional independence also enables a woman to set boundaries, which are essential for fostering respect. A detached woman is not afraid to say no when necessary or to walk away from situations that compromise her values or peace of mind. This ability to prioritize her own well-being is not selfish, it is a reflection of self-respect. By valuing herself, she teaches others to value her as well. People naturally respect those who respect themselves, and a woman who practices detachment exudes a quiet confidence that commands admiration. Her independence signals that she is not easily swayed or manipulated, which makes her a partner who is both dependable and intriguing. Dependency, on the other hand, often creates unhealthy dynamics in relationships. When one person relies too heavily on another for emotional support or validation, it can lead to feelings of suffocation, resentment, or imbalance. A dependent person may cling to their partner out of fear of abandonment, losing sight of their own identity in the process. This kind of attachment can stifle growth and breed insecurity, both for the dependent person and their partner. Detachment breaks this cycle by encouraging emotional self-reliance. A woman who is detached does not seek constant reassurance or approval. Instead, she finds strength and stability within herself. This independence not only benefits her, but also creates a healthier, more balanced dynamic in her relationships. Detachment also allows for clearer communication and understanding. When a woman is emotionally independent, she can express her thoughts and feelings without fear of rejection or judgment. Her detachment gives her the confidence to be honest and open, knowing that her worth is not determined by how others respond. This honesty fosters trust and respect, as her partner can see that she is authentic and secure in herself. At the same time, her independence encourages her partner to be honest as well, creating a foundation of mutual understanding and respect. Furthermore, emotional independence through detachment allows a woman to focus on her personal growth and purpose. She does not lose herself in a relationship or sacrifice her dreams to accommodate someone else's expectations. Instead, she continues to invest in her passions, interests, and goals, which makes her a more well-rounded and fulfilled individual. This sense of purpose is deeply attractive and inspiring, as it shows that she is not defined by her relationship but enriched by it. Her independence allows her to bring her full self to the relationship, contributing to its depth and vitality. It is also important to note that detachment does not mean a lack of care or connection. A detached woman can be deeply loving and committed, but her love is not rooted in dependency. She chooses to love freely, not because she needs her partner to complete her, but because she values and cherishes the connection they share. This kind of love is pure and unburdened, creating a relationship built on mutual respect and genuine affection rather than obligation or fear. In the end, detachment fosters emotional independence by freeing a woman from the chains of dependency. It empowers her to maintain her individuality, set boundaries, and prioritize her own well-being while still engaging in meaningful and fulfilling relationships. This independence commands respect, not because it demands it, but because it inspires it. A detached woman does not rely on others to define her worth. Detachment allows a woman to set boundaries that are essential for cultivating mutual growth and maturity in relationships. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define how we expect to be treated, how we prioritize our own well-being, and how we protect our personal values. When a woman practices detachment, she is not closing herself off from connection or intimacy. Instead, she is creating a balanced framework for her relationships, one that honors her individuality while fostering respect, accountability, and growth for both herself and her partner. This balance is the foundation for relationships that are not only healthy but also transformative. Detachment begins with a mindset that recognizes the importance of personal boundaries. A woman who is detached understands that setting limits is not an act of selfishness but one of self-respect. She acknowledges that she has a right to her own emotional, mental, and physical space, and she does not compromise this for the sake of pleasing others or maintaining appearances. By establishing clear boundaries, she communicates what she will and will not tolerate, ensuring that her relationships are built on respect and mutual understanding. These boundaries are not rigid walls, but flexible guidelines that protect her well-being while leaving room for connection and growth. One of the most powerful aspects of detachment is how it prevents unhealthy patterns, such as codependency, from taking root in relationships. Without boundaries, it is easy for one partner to become overly reliant on the other, creating an imbalance where one person feels burdened while the other feels entitled. Detachment disrupts this cycle by encouraging each person to take responsibility for their own emotions, actions, and growth. A detached woman does not allow herself to be consumed by another person's problems or emotions, nor does she expect her partner to fix hers. Instead, she fosters a relationship dynamic where both individuals are free to grow independently while supporting each other along the way. Boundaries set through detachment also promote maturity by creating an environment of accountability. When a woman is clear about her expectations and limits, she holds both herself and her partner to a standard of mutual respect. This accountability encourages open communication, as both individuals are more likely to express their needs and concerns honestly when they know their boundaries will be honored. In turn, this honesty strengthens trust and encourages both partners to approach the relationship with integrity and intentionality. By practicing detachment, a woman models maturity and inspires her partner to rise to the same level of emotional and relational responsibility. Another way detachment fosters growth is by allowing space for individuality. Relationships often falter when one or both partners lose their sense of self, becoming overly enmeshed in each other's lives. A detached woman ensures that she maintains her own identity, interests, and passions even within a committed relationship. This not only enriches her own life, but also brings new energy and perspectives into the relationship. Her partner is encouraged to do the same, leading to a dynamic where both individuals are continually growing, learning, and evolving. This mutual growth keeps the relationship vibrant and prevents stagnation. Detachment also allows a woman to navigate conflict in a healthy and constructive way. When boundaries are in place, disagreements are less likely to devolve into personal attacks or emotional manipulation. A detached woman can address issues calmly and assertively, knowing that her boundaries provide her with a sense of security. She is not threatened by conflict because she understands that her worth is not tied to her partner's approval or the outcome of the disagreement. This level-headed approach not only resolves conflicts more effectively, but also teaches her partner to engage in mature and respectful communication. Furthermore, detachment cultivates a relationship dynamic where both partners feel empowered to grow. When a woman sets boundaries, she encourages her partner to do the same, creating a relationship where both individuals are free to pursue their personal goals and aspirations. This mutual support for growth creates a strong foundation of respect and admiration, as each partner recognizes the other's strength and independence. The relationship becomes a source of inspiration rather than limitation, fostering an environment where both individuals can thrive. Finally, detachment ensures that love and connection are freely given, not born out of obligation or fear. A woman who practices detachment does not cling to her partner or demand constant reassurance. Her boundaries allow her to love from a place of abundance rather than scarcity, creating a relationship dynamic where affection and support flow naturally. This freedom enhances the depth and quality of the relationship, as both partners feel valued for who they are rather than for what they can provide. In summary, detachment empowers a woman to set boundaries that create space for respect, individuality, and growth in relationships. These boundaries are not barriers, but tools for fostering maturity and mutual accountability. By maintaining her sense of self and encouraging her partner to do the same, a detached woman transforms her relationships into opportunities for shared growth and lasting connection. This balance of independence and intimacy is the hallmark of a relationship that is not only healthy, but also deeply fulfilling for both partners. Detachment empowers a woman to focus on her purpose, aligning her life with values and goals that resonate deeply with her soul. By detaching from the need for constant approval, validation, or external fulfillment, she redirects her energy toward what truly matters: her passions, her dreams, and the unique contribution she is meant to make in the world. In doing so, she not only crafts a meaningful and fulfilling life for herself, but also becomes a source of inspiration for others, encouraging them to pursue their own purpose with courage and conviction. A woman who practices detachment understands that her worth is not tied to external achievements, relationships, or societal expectations. She does not allow herself to be defined by what others think of her or what they believe she should do. Instead, she is guided by an internal compass, a sense of purpose that gives her life direction and meaning. This clarity allows her to make decisions that align with her true self, rather than being swayed by fleeting trends or the desires of others. Her focus on her purpose becomes a beacon of authenticity, drawing others to admire and emulate her strength and determination. Prioritizing purpose requires focus, and detachment is the key to maintaining that focus. Life is full of distractions, whether they come in the form of unproductive relationships, societal pressures, or the temptation to conform to what is comfortable. A detached woman is able to recognize these distractions for what they are and refuse to let them derail her. She is not easily drawn into drama or superficial pursuits because her attention is fixed on something greater. Her ability to remain grounded and steadfast inspires others to seek that same clarity in their own lives. People are naturally drawn to someone who lives with intention, as it reflects a life well lived and a heart that knows its calling. By detaching from unnecessary emotional entanglements, a woman also frees herself from the weight of others' expectations. She does not feel compelled to meet every demand or please everyone around her. This freedom allows her to invest her time and energy in pursuits that are meaningful and aligned with her values. She sets boundaries that protect her purpose, ensuring that her energy is directed toward growth and contribution rather than being drained by unfulfilling obligations. This kind of intentional living not only enriches her own life, but also serves as a model for others who may be struggling to find balance or direction. Detachment enables a woman to embrace her purpose without fear of failure or rejection. When she is not overly attached to outcomes or the opinions of others, she is free to take risks, explore new possibilities, and step out of her comfort zone. She understands that setbacks and challenges are part of the journey, and she faces them with resilience and grace. This willingness to pursue her goals, even in the face of uncertainty, demonstrates courage and inspires others to do the same. Her life becomes a testament to the power of perseverance and faith, showing those around her that purpose is worth pursuing, no matter the obstacles. Moreover, a detached woman prioritizes her purpose in a way that uplifts and inspires her community. Her focus on her goals does not make her selfish or isolated. Rather, it enables her to give back in meaningful ways. By living authentically and pursuing her passions, she creates a ripple effect that encourages others to reflect on their own lives and aspirations. Whether through her actions, her words, or simply her presence, she becomes a source of encouragement for those who are seeking to find their own path. Her life demonstrates that fulfillment comes not from pleasing others or accumulating accolades, but from living in alignment with one's true purpose. Detachment also allows a woman to maintain balance as she prioritizes her purpose. She understands that success and fulfillment are not about working endlessly or sacrificing her well-being. Instead, she approaches her goals with intention and mindfulness, ensuring that her pursuit of purpose is sustainable and joyful. This balance inspires others to see that purpose does not have to come at the cost of personal happiness or relationships. By showing that it is possible to live a life that is both meaningful and balanced, she challenges others to reconsider their own approach to work, relationships, and self-care. Ultimately, a woman who prioritizes her purpose through detachment creates a life that is deeply inspiring. Her commitment to her values and goals reflects a sense of integrity and strength that is rare and admirable. She does not chase approval or cling to superficial markers of success. Instead, she focuses on what truly matters, building a life that is authentic, fulfilling, and impactful. Her journey becomes a source of hope and encouragement for those who are seeking their own path, reminding them that a life lived with purpose is a life well lived. By detaching from distractions, expectations, and fears, she embodies the freedom and fulfillment that come from living in alignment with one's true purpose. Her life serves as a powerful reminder that when we let go of what does not serve us, we create space for what truly matters. And in doing so, we not only transform our own lives, but also inspire those around us to do the same. A detached woman embodies a quiet, unshakable strength that reflects divine wisdom. Her life is rooted in grace rather than control, making her presence both captivating and irresistible. This detachment does not mean she is indifferent or unfeeling. Instead, it signifies a deep understanding of her value and the importance of trusting the divine order of life. She lives with an awareness that grace flows freely when one relinquishes the need to control outcomes, relationships, or other people's perceptions. Her detachment, grounded in wisdom and humility, allows her to navigate life with a calm assurance that inspires and attracts others. Divine wisdom teaches that life unfolds according to a higher plan, one that is often beyond human comprehension. A detached woman embraces this truth, choosing to trust in the process rather than forcing things to go her way. She does not cling to situations, people, or desires out of fear or insecurity. Instead, she surrenders her need for control, knowing that what is meant for her will never pass her by. This surrender is not passive, it is a conscious act of faith. By letting go, she makes space for grace to work in her life, allowing blessings to flow naturally rather than being forced into existence. Her detachment, rooted in grace, creates an aura of peace that is deeply attractive. In a world often marked by anxiety and striving, her calm demeanor is a rare and precious quality. People are drawn to her because she exudes a sense of balance and tranquility that reflects her inner alignment with divine wisdom. She does not seek to dominate or manipulate others. Instead, she leads by example, demonstrating the power of grace and trust. This absence of control is liberating for those around her, as they feel free to be themselves without the weight of expectations or pressure. A detached woman also practices discernment, a hallmark of divine wisdom. She knows when to act and when to wait, when to speak and when to remain silent. Her decisions are not driven by impulse or fear, but by a deep connection to her values and intuition. This ability to choose wisely, without being swayed by external noise or emotional turbulence, makes her a source of stability and inspiration. She is not easily rattled by life's challenges because she trusts in the wisdom of divine timing. Her patience and foresight allow her to approach situations with clarity and confidence, making her a pillar of strength for those around her. Her detachment also reflects an unwavering commitment to grace over control in relationships. She does not try to change or mold others to fit her expectations. Instead, she accepts people as they are, offering love and understanding without conditions. This acceptance creates a space for genuine connection, as others feel valued for who they truly are. Her relationships are not built on power struggles or the need to prove her worth. They are grounded in mutual respect and authenticity. By letting go of the need to control others, she fosters relationships that are nurturing, uplifting, and free of unnecessary conflict. At the heart of her detachment is a profound humility. She recognizes that true power lies not in controlling others, but in mastering oneself. Her ability to remain composed, even in difficult circumstances, stems from her understanding that grace is most powerful when it flows through surrender. She does not rely on force or manipulation to achieve her goals. Instead, she trusts that aligning with divine wisdom will open doors that no human effort could force open. This humility makes her irresistibly compelling because it reflects a strength that is both gentle and unwavering. Her life, rooted in grace, becomes a testament to the beauty of living in harmony with divine wisdom. She does not need to chase after recognition or validation because her detachment allows her to find fulfillment within herself. Her sense of purpose and alignment radiates outward, inspiring others to seek a similar peace in their own lives. People are drawn to her not because she demands attention, but because her presence naturally commands it. She reflects the kind of strength that is quiet yet undeniable, rooted in something far greater than herself. A detached woman's wisdom is also deeply transformative for those who encounter her. By embodying grace and rejecting control, she challenges others to reconsider their own approach to life and relationships. Her example encourages them to let go of their fears, insecurities, and need for control, inviting them to trust in the wisdom of life's unfolding. Her influence is not forceful but profound, as it resonates with the truth that is often hidden beneath the chaos of everyday existence. She reminds others that there is power in surrender and that grace is most evident when we release our grip on what we cannot control. In essence, a detached woman becomes irresistible not because she seeks to captivate, but because her life reflects a higher truth. Her detachment, grounded in divine wisdom, allows her to move through the world with grace, humility, and purpose. She does not need to control or cling because she understands that true fulfillment comes from aligning with the flow of life rather than resisting it. Her presence inspires others to embrace this same wisdom, making her not only a source of admiration, but also a catalyst for transformation.